Welcome to on tonight's Clubhouse Live, Packers defensive lineman Rashan Gary is back as our guest. It was a stinker at Lambeau Field on Saturday night. We'll get Rashan's thoughts. Yeah, we have to. And we'll also check in with Rashan on the mood of the team as it gears up for its Week 18 showdown with the Vikings and then off to the playoffs. Plus, we're bringing back an oldie but a goodie as part of our Clubhouse Live Challenge. It's time to get started. Hey, Rashan, come on in.
Good Monday evening, and welcome back again to the Fox Club. As always, we're hanging out inside Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium in very frigid, cold, bitter, wintry Grand Chute, Wisconsin. I'm Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin and the Post Crescent. Great crowd tonight. How's everybody doing on this very festive but cold Monday night? Got some playoff energy. That's good. That's good. That's good. That bodes well for what's to come for the green and gold. A lot to get to here tonight, but first I want to give it up to our special guest along with Rashan Gary here tonight, but members of one of the top high school boys basketball teams here in our Fox Cities area. They're our high fivers tonight. Give it up for the Little Chute Mustangs. We will meet the Mustangs a little bit later on in the show. They're going to be a big part of the show, and anytime Little Chute's on, it's always a good thing, at least in my book. So again, a lot to talk about, and if I didn't mention this, this is also the home of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, also the home to Clubhouse Live here at Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium. So, hate to say it, but I got to say it, Baltimore 41, Green Bay 24. Boy, Saturday nights, right? I see Bob right there. His hands are on his head. Saturday nights have not been kind to the Packers, who couldn't slow King Derrick Henry, right, and the Ravens in what was a rough setback at Lambeau Field. Loss was Green Bay's third straight overall, second straight on Saturday night. Henry was superb as the All-Pro and Pro Bowl running back, 216 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns to highlight a rushing attack that saw the Ravens finish with 307 rushing yards overall. Highlighting the Packers' efforts, though, how about backup quarterback Malik Willis? How good was he on Saturday? All he did was throw for a career-high 288 yards and a touchdown on his way to a 134.6 passer rating. Also ran for 60 yards and a pair of scores in relief of Jordan Love, who sat out due to the concussion protocol. Christian Watson, friend of the show, how about him? 5 catches for 113 yards and a touchdown. So, tough night at Lambeau, but strangely, we have to thank the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, Vikings fan, yes. Thank you for beating the Lions on Thursday. The Packers have clinched a playoff berth. How about that? They'll be the NFC's number 7 seed. So, mad Vince for the loss, right? Mad Vince for the loss. But you know what? He loves playoff football, and he's ready. Are you guys ready? Happy Vince is here tonight as well. Happy Vince also happy because, as I always say every week, he loves it when the football players are here. And he's sitting right over there. A friend of the show will bring him up here in a little bit. But give a big round of applause for Green Bay Packers defensive lineman Rashan Gary. He's here. All right. As I have to do, I want to thank our presenting sponsors. We have Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly. Cellcom was built here in Wisconsin. They cover every county, corner, and cabin road in the state. And they'll buy out your current contract and give you up to $1,100 toward a new phone when you switch. See Cellcom.com for details. Piggly Wiggly, they're proud to support the Green Bay Packers as your local grocery store. They're committed to making a difference in the community, both on and off the field. Shop local, shop the pig. All right. Usually this is kind of a fun part of the show because we've teased this guy for, 15, 20 years now, Ricardo? I think it's been that long.
It's been too long.
It's since the Bears have been remotely relevant. But I do have to introduce the other member of our Clubhouse Live crew. It is the one and thankfully the only Chicago Bears fan, Ricardo Arguello, everybody.
Thank you.
Wow. Brett,
You know,
I think they're starting to like me.
Yeah. I don't think so. Maybe they feel sorry for you, but normally we kind of tease you, but I guess you get the last laugh here tonight, right? Your Bears are the NFC North champs. How did they do it?
They're in the playoffs.
How?
They're in the playoffs.
With that defense, how?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. The offense has gotten better, but good coaching. I mean, coaching means a lot. You guys know all that in Green Bay. So
Yeah, they've got a good run. Maybe
that defense, though, yikes.
Well, same with the 49ers. It's just a shootout, good old-fashioned shootout. That was a fun game, but
it was a fun game for you. But watching your defense get shredded, that's not fun.
You thought that hook and ladder was going to win it, didn't you, last night?
See, that's more Ben Johnson being too cute. Can maybe try some other plays, but don't get me started on this, Brett.
You're for a team that's 11-5 right now. You seem to be real down on the Bears.
No,
so
I'm not down.
Understand.
It's just I'm down on the defense.
Who wants to see another Packers-Bears rematch, right? Who wants to see that in the playoffs?
I do.
Yeah.
I certainly do. Brett, Rashan knows this. Defense wins championships, so that's why I'm
We'll see.
I'm meh on my Bears. But
it's
let's go on with the show. Enough about that.
Yeah, it's wide open, though. It's going to be a lot of fun in the playoffs. Anybody can make a run. So, Ricardo, how does the show work? Can you tell everybody, please?
Yes, first off, we have a very active chat, and that's what I'm going to talk about because we're an interactive show. So we invite your comments and questions through that live chat. Can be found on our USA Today Network Wisconsin live stream there on the YouTubes. So, Brett, if any comments or questions, they got to be good questions, though. Anything good that comes over there, I will relay both to you and Rashan.
Twitter, I'm at PCBrettsy. You're at Ricardo De Leon, at Rashan A. Gary, and then, of course, on Facebook, facebook.com/Packers News and Clubhouse Live. So please give us a like there. Rashan, you know the routine. You've been here many times. We have the Vikings welcome mat on the floor because they're the next opponent, and it's time to kick them, right? Time to boot them into next season. So let's do that, please, and start the playoffs then on a good note. Tonight's guest, he is in his 7th NFL season, all with the Packers. He was selected by the Packers in the first round of the 2019 NFL Draft. He was named one of the NFL's top 100 players coming into the season. Tonight's guest has started all 17 games, has 45 tackles, including 25 solo stops and 7.5 sacks. He ranks 6th in franchise history with 46.5 sacks, dating back to 1982 when sacks became an official stat. He's a team captain. He's a Pro Bowler. We call him Superman, right? And he's a very good friend of the show. So how about a big Clubhouse Live welcome for Green Bay Packers defensive lineman. It's number 52. It's Rashan Gary. Love to see you do that, Rashan. Kick the Vikings welcome mat, rug, whatever we call it, blanket. Kick it into next season, right? And there he is right there. You kicked it right towards our Vikings fan right there, huh? Look at him. Yes, look at him. Yeah. Yes, exactly right. So, by the way, before we get started, hold up that sign back there. We've got some fans from Costa Rica here tonight. How about that?
Hey.
Costa Rica.
Brett, that's Juan and Gustavo. I'm sure they're loving this, 5-degree weather outside right now?
Icy, cold, bitter weather. But it's part of the Packers experience, right? Yes. Yes, absolutely. So thanks for being here. I know you came here just for the show. We appreciate you making that travel just to come to Clubhouse Live. So thank you so much. So welcome back. Welcome back to Rashan Gary. I looked up. It's been almost 3 months. You were here, I think, back in September for the beginning of the season. Now here we are at the end. What's new with you? Get us up to speed on what's going on with Rashan Gary. Anything new going on with you?
Grinding.
Yeah.
Maintaining. Trying to make sure I get this team to where we got to get to.
Yeah, right. Get this thing righted. Get the ship righted in the last week and going into the playoffs. So 7th season already, almost wrapping up. 7 years. It's flown by, right? Does it feel like it's flown by for you too?
Yeah, time for sure flew by, especially this year. I guess the older I get, the more guys I get around, the different coaches that I get around, I grow to have more appreciation, for the brotherhood, for the coaches, and time for sure is flying.
Sure is flying, and I've asked some of the guys this that have been on just recently, just because I kind of wanted to get their take, but how are you loving this weather? Have you embraced it now that you're 7 years in? You're loving the snow. You're loving the ice. You're loving the bitter cold, right? You're a Wisconsinite now.
Yeah, for sure. My 7th season, but, like I tell everybody, I was born and raised in New Jersey, made my way to, Ann Arbor, Michigan.
You know it all, yep.
Went to Green Bay, so I stayed in the cold my whole entire life.
Have you ever operated, and I've asked a couple of other guys this too, have you ever operated a snowblower, Rashan Gary? Have you ever fired one up and kicked some snow around outside?
I wish. I feel like that's fun. I did the old-fashioned way, good little shovel.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You shovel your own driveway?
Not no more.
Yeah, I was going to say. There's no way. Who shovels your driveway? The poor kid down the street? You paying him some good money to come on over or what?
Nah, but shout out to my guy.
Yeah. Is he watching the show, whoever that guy is, right? Your shoveler. So, by the way, bonus about, I guess, having to play the Vikings indoors. No outdoor practices this week, right? So at least you get to stay inside.
I don't know about that. I feel like we probably be outside. Might be 50-50 this week. We'll see.
He might still kick you outside, huh? Do a little outside stuff. Interesting, even with the Vikings coming up. So, well, I tell you what, let's do this. First off, we're going to start with this. We had rookie wide receiver Savion Williams on last week. Yeah. Okay. Now listen, I don't know if you're going to like Savion after what I have to tell you. So I asked him if he could give me anything about you that we could use against you, right? Anything about you that we could use to butter you up, maybe even to get you smiling and laughing, right? Because you are a very stoic, serious man. And he simply said, I don't know. I don't know. And then he said, he hasn't figured that out yet. And then he said, all he says is when he comes up to you, he just says, hey, and that's about it. Now, what's going on, Rashan Gary? Are you treating these rookies like, hey, get away from me? Or are you kind of saying, come on, talk to me. I'm a teddy bear at heart.
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah?
A little bit of both. You got to have some, tough love, but it's really more, bringing them along, if anything, making sure they're good mentally, especially at this time of the season where, rookies may have hit the quote-unquote rookie wall. Just making sure they're good, making sure, in terms of on and off the field, they're taking care of their body, their mentals, and, might have a day where you have to get on their butt, but, it'll all come out of love.
Maybe that's why he said what he said last week. Remember Emmanuel Wilson last year when he was on, you said you have a very, very ornery resting face, right? Somebody that you don't want to mess with too much. That's not true. You're a nice guy. Look at you. Look at that smile, right? Come on. What makes Rashan Gary laugh and smile?
I don't know. I'm a normal person, man. Jokes. Good family time, good, friend time, anything.
I got a joke for you going into Vikings week. What do you call a Minnesota player with a Super Bowl ring?
Clueless.
A thief. Yeah. Huh? How do you like that going into Minnesota Vikings week, right?
It was decent.
It was pretty good. It was one of those dad jokes, right? Sure. Well, who is the crabbiest teammate of you in the locker room? It's certainly not you. You're in a pretty good mood here tonight. You're smiling. You're having a good time. Who's always so cranky and needs to lighten up a little bit?
I don't know, man. I feel like we all even kill in the locker room. It's really not nobody that's cranky, especially when I get around.
Yeah. Who's the funniest teammate? Who's the goofiest?
Goofiest. Oh, CV is funny. CV is
Carrington,
funny.
yeah.
Everybody says CV, don't they? Carrington. He was goofy when he was on our show one time, too, yeah. Anybody else that's kind of a crazy personality out there?
Bo, if y'all know Bo.
Bo Melton?
Yeah, Bo Melton. Bo is low-key funny, but y'all got to be around to see it.
How about what's the best prank you've seen pulled in the locker room this season? Come on, you guys are always joking around that way, right?
Nah, we don't play like that.
You don't do stuff like that? Wasn't Aaron Rodgers a prankster? Wouldn't he do some good stuff?
I don't remember.
No?
I
Okay.
stayed away from it.
Maybe it was you. Maybe he was afraid to pull a prank on you. But how about Matt LaFleur, Jeff Hafley? Now, we only see these guys, what they're kind of doing at press conferences out in public, right? But those guys have a pretty good sense of humor. What are they like behind the scenes?
Oh, yeah. I start with, Coach Hafley. I spend majority of my day with him. Funny, cool, really care about the guy, really care about the man outside the helmet, really checks on everybody. If you're a starter or not all the way, first to fourth string, just making sure you're good off the field, then making sure that, if there's anything that he could do coach-wise to make you, understand the system a little bit better or make you play faster or anything that, our position coaches could show us to, make us, take a second off of thinking or, anything to make us play faster. So just a coach that, care about the man outside the helmet and always looking for steady growth and, wants you to be comfortable and wants you to know that, this team needs you. And then in terms of Matt, he's cool. He has to be cool. He's calm, even kill. Lead the way. But when it's time to get to business, it's time to get to business. And he's the type of coach where, he's gonna pull you aside. He's gonna let you know that you gotta look yourself in the mirror some plays, and he's gonna let you know where we could, be better. So having a coach that daily pushing you to be better, day in and day out, that's all you can ask for.
Absolutely. So a little bit look behind the scenes. Coach LaFleur, Coach Hafley. How about this? Christmas, right? We just had Christmas. How'd you spend Christmas? Christmas always falls on a weird time for an NFL player, right? I suppose you can't fully celebrate it, but how did you get with family and friends? Were you able to get some family time away from the facility, or how'd that go for you?
Yeah, I had a couple of my family members up here. We woke up, he gave us a little longer day to sleep in, so I was able to wake up, have, breakfast, and get with the family. Was able to wake up, also have a family time call. So that's how I spent my Christmas, and then, we had to go back in to work to, concentrate for the game ahead.
Any big team Christmas functions, anything like that, or you guys skipped that this year?
Nah, we had a Secret Santa, so, I feel like I did, my job. I was a great gift giver today, this year. So we did that later this week.
Okay, you're going to brag yourself up. You got to at least share what you gave everybody. Come on, Rashan, let us know what was going on.
No, it ain't about sharing, man. Just know JJ, that's the person that I had. So JJ, he was satisfied with his gift, and he gave me a good hug. So he got a good gift.
All right, JJ, obviously a big friend of the show. I know he's watching right now, back up in Green Bay. So, what was the big gift for Rashan Gary under the tree, family-wise, right? What did you get that you thought, wow, this is pretty cool?
I got some good pajamas.
Oh, wow, that sounds great. Sounds exciting. Yeah, wow. Pajamas? Come on.
No, it's hard to find onesie pajamas for a guy 6'5".
Onesies? Ricardo, look at this guy, 6'5", big defensive lineman. He's wearing onesie pajamas. You got little footsies, too?
He didn't say they were onesies.
He said onesie
Oh,
pajamas.
he did?
He did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's
He's
all I
not
want to
paying
say about
attention,
that.
Rashan.
All right.
It's okay.
So, all right. Well, I suppose, okay, it must be cozy, I guess. I thought maybe some, like, jewelry, new car, four-wheeler. Savion was hoping to get a four-wheeler under the Christmas tree, he said. So, I don't know if he got one of those, but how about the biggest gift, the best gift you gave to somebody in your family?
The best gift, it's really hard, especially when you can't be around your family. I feel like the biggest gift that I could give my family is my time. But other than that, I got my mom a couple outfits, a couple pair of sneakers. Got my sister, same thing, couple outfits, couple pair of sneakers. Made sure my nephew was good. About to say my 10-year-old nephew been doing good in school, so I got him a little game card, gift card, couple outfits, couple pair of shoes. I'm kind of, similar because I don't have a lot of time to get kind of good gifts, but I make sure everybody's taken care of.
I guess so. How about Rashan, right? Making sure everybody was good. Didn't give me anything, and we've known each other for a little while now. What the heck's going on with that?
I didn't receive nothing either.
Oh, yeah. Let's move on. Let's see what else is on the script here. New Year's Day is coming up on Thursday. Any New Year's resolutions for Rashan Gary? You into that kind of stuff?
Yeah, for sure, especially around this time of the year. I start trying to put together a list. I'm big on, keeping it between me and my higher power, and those who, is close in my circle. So, I'm starting to build a list. I would tell you the list is not completely finished yet.
Okay.
But by Thursday, it will be.
Yes, it's coming up. Hard to believe. 2026 just around the corner. Ricardo, you're waving me down. What do you got? Something
Well, I thought it was an interesting question because we all know it's flu season,
Oh,
as
boy.
you know. So the question is kind of like, what happens when some of the players maybe get that? Because, it goes around. You guys are in a compact setting. Does a team take precaution? What happens during that time? You saw some NFL teams already battling that. What do the Packers do to kind of minimize everyone getting the flu?
Yeah, we have a great, I want to say nutritionist team, just in terms of just making sure when that starts going around, making sure it's vitamin C packets, cough drops around, even making sure some guys have individual daily vitamins. But they're always giving us access to make sure we have things to, take care of our body in terms of that. And then in terms of, the player that might be sick, they get him, tested, making sure it's nothing too major, give him the time off that he's required, and have him back in the building, a certain time so he has preparation. But once the player's back in the building, it's kind of weird because we're around him, but he's separate. So he's making sure he's getting the work in, but we're around, but, we're kind of distant at the same time.
Great question online.
That was a great question,
yes,
from Amanda online.
Yeah, you're hearing that from a lot of teams, like you said, Ricardo. I know the Packers, you had some illnesses going through the locker room as well. So last thing, and we're going to have a little bit of fun before we flip the script and talk some football. And then, Ricardo, you do some audience questions here coming up as well. But we did this when you were on with us last time. Now, again, 7 years in, you're a Wisconsinite, at least I thought. But remember last year we had to teach you about what the word bubbler meant, right?
Water fountain.
He knows it. Water fountain, drinking fountain, right? But remember, last year we took we were a little disappointed in you because you were somewhere else on social media and you were asked to use the word bubbler in a sentence, and you responded by saying, "I had to take my car to the mechanic to get my bubbler fixed." Right? So we had to reteach you what bubbler meant, and then we thought we should teach you some Wisconsin lingo now. So I thought let's test you a little bit more further on Wisconsin lingo, right? Because we do say some weird things here. But I'll be very disappointed if you don't pass this test because you've been in our state for a number of years now, and you know what bubbler is now. So it looks like you're kind of getting the hang of...
Live and you learn.
You live and learn, right? Especially in this great state. So let's see how much better you've gotten about Wisconsin stuff since you were last on. So, Rashan, what is Wisconsin's official beverage? Official beverage of the state of Wisconsin. I know you're thinking.
I want to say it, but I don't want to say it.
It's not the alcoholic beverage that you might be thinking about. It's the more wholesome beverage that we like to drink.
Milk?
Milk. It's true. Yeah. He can't. You should see his face, Ricardo. He can't believe it's not beer, I think is what he's thinking. The official beverage of the state of Wisconsin is a delicious glass of wholesome milk.
Yeah?
Yes, it's true.
Where the good milk at? Where you shop?
You can milk anywhere, a grocery store, whatever. It doesn't matter. The milk is milk, right? Now you know it's milk. Delicious glass of milk. All right. Number 2, these are fresh when you bite into these tasty snacks, and they squeak as you chew them.
They not cheese curds.
They're cheese curds.
Oh, they are?
They are cheese curds. When you eat them, they squeak, right? Have you had a good cheese curd? Yeah.
I think about the fresh ones.
Yeah, the fresh cheese curds, right? We call these stop and go lights, but what are they actually? Stop and go lights.
Stop and go lights?
Yeah, stop and go lights. Oh, turn right at the stop and go light.
Stop and go lights?
Stop and go lights. Traffic lights. Yeah, we call them stop and go lights in Wisconsin.
I didn't know that.
It's true. It's true.
I believe you.
How about this?
You haven't lied to me yet.
We have it's a weird culture up here, isn't it, right? It's weird. This main ingredient of this popular state cocktail is brandy, right? It can be garnished with, among other items, cherries and olives, right? So this very popular cocktail, brandy blank, right, with cherries or olives. What's the name of the cocktail?
Brandy. Old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned, yes, yeah. There's the state cocktail, the brandy old-fashioned, not a glass of milk. Last thing, what does "oh" mean? Like, oh. We say that all the time in Wisconsin. Oh.
My bad.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. He got it, didn't he? Yep. Kind of excuse me, oopsie, that sort of a thing. So we've taught you a few more things here about the great state of Wisconsin. How about Rashan Gary, folks? Yeah. It's a weird state sometimes. We take it for granted, but we do say some weird stuff. So, all right, we're going to take a quick break. Ricardo, looks like you got a couple Little Shoot Mustangs over there.
Yes, we have a couple guys from the basketball team. This is Garrett Whitman. They call him G. Whitty. And his question for Rashan, go ahead.
Who's your favorite quarterback you sacked ever and why?
Ooh.
Recently or just like in general? It got to be between Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Between those two.
Oh, wow.
He got Aaron this year in Pittsburgh.
between
Yeah.
Tom Brady
That
and
two
Aaron
big
Rodgers.
ones there. Two big ones. Thank you, Garrett. And now we have Reese Jotun. Your question for Rashan. Go ahead, Reese.
What was your favorite game you've ever played in?
My favorite game that I ever played in. From my football career, period, like from middle school or like now.
Anything, yeah.
Lord been blessing me. I've been having fun. I'll give you a good moment. My All-American game. I went to Under Armour All-American game my senior year in high school. Was able to bring my whole family down to, I think we was in Orlando, Florida. So at that time it was about like 8 people, and at that time like Under Armour was paying for everything. So like just that whole moment was good.
There we go.
All right, good stuff. Great questions, guys.
Yes. Good job,
We'll meet them a
guys.
little later in the show.
/ my first NFL game. My first NFL game.
Oh, wait,
After
we have
that
another
one.
audience question. Why don't you come over here?
Oh, you got one more, Ricardo? Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
This is Larry. Larry, your question for Rashan.
Well, this is really for the coaches, but since you're on defense, with Jackson being not playing, how come the defense didn't get ready for Henry?
Whoa.
He rushed for
Oh, okay.
216 yards.
I got your question. Not saying that we didn't prepare for Henry. You know, us being professionals, like I said, I think earlier, we have to look ourselves in the mirror and realize areas where we could be better at. So not saying that, because we playing for Jackson, we play for the backup, we playing for Henry. It's just when you get into a game and you know, you start making small mistakes and they start getting up, it's a trickle effect. And then as you look up, it's the third quarter, and we're still trying to fight back. So it was just that time where, you know, we started to fight back, but we didn't have enough time on the clock.
All right, there we go.
Thank you for
That's,
that.
Audience questions. Rashan. When you sacked Aaron Rodgers, did you say something to him? Did he say anything to you? What was it, a little conversation when that happened, or was it just business as usual?
Business as usual. Gave him a smile after the game.
He didn't want you to get him, but you got him anyway. So let's take a timeout. Time for tonight's stat pack. Here's an oddity. The Packers' 2 straight Saturday games were the first time they've played in back-to-back games on that day since 1963. First time back-to-back Saturday games since 63. The Packers finished that season with a pair of West Coast Saturday games, beating the Los Angeles Rams 31-14, and then the San Francisco 49ers 21-17 to wind up 11-2-1. So it's been a while since you've gone back-to-back Saturday games. So an interesting stat right there. Ricardo, we're doing trivia as always, right?
We do trivia, but we also have rules, so here they are. We'll ask a question. If you think you know the answer, you got to raise your hand. Don't shout it out. Brett, if they're correct, what do they win?
Again, some great items from the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. We have a Jefferson Caro bobblehead, one of the top catching prospects in the Brewers organization, in this Wisconsin Timber Rattlers shirt, jersey type thing. So whoever gets the first trivia question, though, Ricardo, can pick his or her prize.
That's right, but once you win, you're out for the rest of the show. And sorry, live chatters, and there's a lot of them, you got to be here to win.
All right, Rashan, you have to see who raises his or her hand first, okay? 3 players have rushed for touchdowns this season for the Packers. Josh Jacobs and Emmanuel Wilson lead the way, but who is the other player on that list? Oh, what do we got here? Yeah, come on up, Malik Willis. I thought maybe we'd get you. He gets the bell. Pick which prize you want of these two, and you can say hi to Rashan Gary while you're up here as well. So Malik Willis, the Packers' backup quarterback, ran for scores of 22 and 11 yards during Saturday's matchup with the Ravens. Those are Willis's first 2 rushing TDs on the season. Jacobs 13 rushing TDs, and Emmanuel Wilson with 3. So, all right, now we're going to talk a little football. Yay, right? Yeah, let's see. We probably want to do some more Wisconsin weird stuff, but we got to look back at Saturday's game and maybe the season in general. But first of all, you're in the playoffs. You're in. Regardless of what's going on right now, that's still a big deal, and that's one of the goals, right? So, yeah, talk about just you're in. And once you're in, anything can happen.
Yeah, you know, just being able to, you know, clinch an opportunity to go get what we want, to bring the trophy back here. That's all you can ask for, you know, because we go away in the off season, train our butts off, come back together to try to, you know, come together as a team to try to put together, you know, our best product, you know, for, you know, y'all the fans, and just being able to, you know, get us that much closer to, you know, our dreams and aspirations is all we can ever ask for. Now, with that being said, we need to handle business, and that's coming to work, especially this week, especially with how we've been finishing the last three, coming together this week. Basically Monday all the way to game day, making sure that there's no stones unturned, making sure that we're looking ourselves in the mirror, making sure we're supposed to be where we're supposed to be, and make the plays that come our way. And, if we making sure that, we're attacking, the day being detail-oriented and, playing football how we've been all season, then we should end up exactly where we want to be.
There you go. So 7 seasons for you, 6 playoff appearances, right? I mean, can you appreciate that? I mean, you're in the middle of it, but that's a lot of success. That's very difficult for teams to have that type of sustained success. I mean, I know you're in the middle of your career, but you still got to be able to appreciate the fact that year in and year out, you're pretty much playing for the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, especially joining an organization like this, this caliber and standard, understanding that we're just not playing football games, we're actually playing meaningful games, that means something. So, once again, just being able to have that chance, to clinch and just, go pursue our dreams is all we ever wanted.
Can you kind of describe, though, how difficult it is
to
get to the playoffs? I mean, there's a lot of teams and a lot of guys, I'm sure, guys that around the league that don't get that opportunity every year.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, on my 7th season, 6 years, being able to, clinch and have an opportunity to, play for something bigger. It's for sure hard because, every offseason, I run into a vet, that's been in the league about, 13, 14 years and only say, I've only been to the playoffs once, only been to the playoffs twice. So, being in Green Bay, really has me spoiled. And being in Green Bay, some people might not understand that this is not the norm. But Green Bay, this is the norm because we always play for something bigger, and that's, the legacy that Green Bay is.
Absolutely. So we'll see how this goes here. Playoffs looming in a couple weeks. But speaking of playoffs, on the road again, right? Thoughts on that? It's you're going to either be Chicago or Philadelphia, one of those two teams you're going to have to go take on the road. But I'm guessing you guys are relishing that challenge of being road warriors again.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, we just happy for the opportunity. Earlier this week, we talked about we got this week of preparation. We have this game, and we guarantee one more. What are we going to do that's going to guarantee us another one? So everybody having that mindset, I feel like we're going to be fine. So
as mentioned, locked in as a 7th seed. So I mentioned, though, that Chicago or Philadelphia, you've played both this season. Of course, Chicago, you play them every year. Philadelphia, you played them. And really, you could very easily have gone 3-0 against the Bears twice and then the Eagles. So do you like the fact that you are going to play a team that you've seen already, or would you be a little bit more advantageous to maybe take on a team that hasn't seen you haven't seen them, or I guess how do you view that? Do you like the familiarity going into the playoffs like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Being able to play against a team, that you had the eyes on, that you was able to, go to war, give you some familiarity, understanding that we're late in the season. Their offense is their offense. They're going to run what they're going to run. Of course, they're going to have, a couple, nuances, just because, scheme plays of the week. But just going against somebody that, we're comfortable with, don't matter if it's the Bears or Philly, I'm confident because I love, I know how I feel about how we finished, those games in the season, and just having another opportunity to go, rewrite some history would be good.
There we go. We'll see how it all plays out. First things first, though, Vikings on Sunday, high noon game over in Minneapolis. But, all right, you looked at film from Saturday's game. Obviously, the Ravens had a big rushing day. Derrick Henry had a big rushing day. What were the corrections? I'm guessing a lot of them are fixable stuff. Was it details? Was it just execution? I mean, effort? I guess as you being one of the team leaders, what did you see were the big problems in the fixes to make sure that doesn't happen again?
Yeah, the number one problem was, all 11 wasn't on the same page. In the times where we shut them down, but it was more times that we wasn't on the same page than we were. So basically, the ways that we could correct that is even Sunday coming in, just talking, as a defense, this play call, what was you listening to? What was you hearing? Or this formation, what was you seeing? So now, coaches to players, we understand, okay, this is what the player's seeing. And as a coach, okay, how can I explain it better and take less off of your mental so you can play faster? So that's really was, man, a lot of, mental mistakes, a lot of guys not being on the same page as a 111th. And to play winning football, you have to be on the same page as 111th.
So just bounce back from that, right? Communication sounds like that was the biggest thing lacking, especially going again against teams like the Eagles and the Bears that can run the ball well. So obviously communication is going to be a big factor in those games when you figure out who you're going to play. But injuries, I know they're not an excuse, but it's reality at the same time, right? You guys are banged up. You're missing some guys, right? I mean, that plays a role a little bit, doesn't it, as far as kind of trying to get everybody kind of meshed that maybe they're not used to playing with each other, just trying to deal with those injuries and those setbacks with new guys in. Your take on just the injury bug and how you try to get past that.
Yeah, the injury bug is a real thing, but it only affects you as much as you allow it to. Green Bay does a great job of having the next man up mentality. So our starters prepare like they starters, our backups prepare like they starters, and the guys that's behind, those guys are still, practicing their butts off and still watching film to make sure once their opportunity come, they can seize it and make the most of it. What was the second part of your question?
Well, just trying to navigate through all that stuff. I mean, it's just one after another after another. That's crazy.
Yeah, and then it's hard, but you gotta stay confident. You gotta believe in the work, and just understanding now, it's a lot of opportunity out there for guys to go out there and seize it. And once again, man, we still have a great team. For a couple guys that was out, it's always been guys out, and Green Bay always been able to still find a way and get there. So it's nothing that we're not used to doing.
Speaking of injuries, of course, your buddy Micah Parsons, right? The guy opposite you, as far as an edge rusher, out with the torn ACL. First of all, have you been able to kind of keep tabs with him? Have you guys been communicating? How's Micah doing just from a healing standpoint? It looks like he just had a surgery. I think he posted something on social media.
Yeah, he just went into surgery today. I have yet to be able to reach out today, but before then, he's been in the building, been around, fun, uplifting, even in his hard time with trial, just making sure everybody else good, trying to help around him, help everybody as much as he can. But I just like that, seeing his spirits up. So he's been good so far, laughing, joking, and being Micah.
Secondly, you've been through it. You know what it's all about. You tore an ACL. I think it was back in 2022, I want to say. First, what kind of a rehab, what kind of a recovery is he facing, I guess? Explain it through how you had to go through it, because they say what's about a 9-month recovery process nowadays.
Yeah, I'll put it in this terms. From off-season training, for you coming all the way to OTAs, to you going through camp, to you going through a whole entire season, to you getting hurt, to you having to put yourself into overdrive, because you still had the season that you dealt with, but now you don't get no rest. Now you have to start from scratch. And for those who don't know, starting from scratch, in certain cases, he's like, I'll put it like this: the doctor told me, all right, so my left leg, just say like, boom, my NFL leg. He said my right one went down to me being in middle school. So that should just tell you, the grind that you have to do to even get your leg back to, the norm.
So what kind of have you given him some advice on what you went through, or has he reached out, say, hey, what was this like for you? I mean, what have you told him? Anything in particular?
Oh yeah, just you have to go to work. You have to go to work. It's one of those you can't BS a route. And I know he's the type of guy that cares so much and it means a lot to him. He's gonna do his job, make sure there's no stones unturned. How I made sure, but just letting him know it's consistent day in and day out. And me saying that he already understood and already know he's gonna attack it how he needs to.
All right, so he's out. Then Devontae Wyatt, good pass rusher from the interior of your defensive line. He's out. How do you generate? How do you first of all deal with that? Number one, but then how do you generate then the pass rush that's missing a little bit, both as an entire unit, but then of course I know you're a pass rusher too. How do you generate a little bit more push when we got such key pieces out of the mix right now?
Yeah, having guys like Micah and Devontae out, guys that's irreplaceable because they all special to our team, and they both have both have different abilities. But just being, like I said, once again, just being on the same page, understanding, how the offense want to attack us, understanding the QB depth, understanding the time that, he likes to hold on the ball, to the time that, it gets out his hand, to how deep, the tackle's set, to how firm the inside guys set, to how we could, run certain games or oh, okay, this guy might be the weak point this week. How many times can shoot 5-2, get a one-on-one to make this, make a big play in the game. So it just comes down to being on the same page, us four, in terms of rushing, if you want to run any type of game, or understanding who has the one-on-one side to who has the contain side, then to just scheming it up.
All right, so a few more things, Ricardo. Social media question of the night coming up for you. How do you're team captain, right? One of the leaders. How do you guard against maybe putting too much pressure on yourself, trying to do too much in replacement of the guys who are out, right? I'm sure that's a natural human tendency. You're gonna think, oh gosh, now I gotta do a little bit more. But how do you guard against that to make sure that you're not overdoing it? I guess, for lack of a better term, there.
Yeah, like you said, it's human nature just to, things like that happen that'll make you feel like you have to, strain or do something. I don't want to say outside your character, but something that's, not normal for you. But just being able to understand who you are as a player, understanding the opportunities that you have in the game, and actually, being real with yourself in the mirror, and understanding plays where you could be better, and plays where, I could have maximized it, or okay, I did my best on this play. So just being real with yourself and just being consistent, day in and day out. What was the second part of the question?
Yeah, just again, guarding from trying to put too much pressure on yourself.
Yeah, so just
right?
understanding, being true to yourself, believing in yourself, and just understanding you keep playing, the game that you love playing, the play's going to come your way.
Yeah, it's a natural thing, right? Guys go out and you think, oh, now I got to do more, but then you could almost hurt yourself more or hurt the team more and get out of the assignment that you're supposed to focus in on. So let's talk. Let's shift gears a little bit. Let's talk about your quarterback, Malik Willis, right? How about Malik Willis again on Saturday night? It's sensational. Your backup quarterback, man, this guy continues to light it up. I mean, he's sensational. I mean, you've seen him the last 2 years. Number one, any surprise at what this guy was able to do? I mean, he looks like a bona fide NFL starting quarterback that's been around for about 10 years, the way he was operating the offense.
Nah, I'm not surprised. I go against him personally every day in practice, and the things that I'm able to that we see him do as a defense, we go to the sideline and we be like, okay, that would be hard for another defense to go out there and try to stop. So being able to be on the sideline and watch him do his thing is fun, and that just show you, what happened when hard work and opportunity meets itself. As a guy that, like I said, prepares like he the starter week in and week out. Anything coach asks him to do, he do it and does more. Like I said, scout team and our regular team. So just having a guy like that just works so hard, and you see, the future is labor when the opportunity come. All you could do is smile, laugh, and tell him to keep doing his thing and going. But seeing that now, I'm not surprised.
What do you like most about his game?
His confidence, man. His confidence never waver. He understands he's an impact player. He understands his team need him, and he plays like that. And he, he approaches the week like that.
Yeah, unflappable, right? Seems to be even keel. What a luxury to have two really good quarterbacks, right? Jordan goes down. Most teams, they don't have a good backup quarterback, but the Packers certainly do. So any way you can make sure he sticks around, right? To keep him in Green Bay for another few seasons, just in case if Love goes down, right? Any way you can kind of negotiate and keep him here?
Try my best.
Yeah, you'll try your best, right? So, hey, playoffs are looming, though, right? As we talked about, and the importance, regardless of the game, but especially when it's more magnified in the playoff, fast starts, getting off to a fast start. From a defensive standpoint now, how do you guys make sure you get off to a fast start, regardless if it's the Bears or the Eagles, whoever you play, right? What constitutes a fast start, right? Getting 3 and out, turnovers, that sort of a thing?
Basically, like I said, once you understand what the offense want to do, stop the main thing they want to do. If it's quick pass, stop the quick pass. If it's run, stop the run. But just being on 11, just being on the same page as 111 when we beat ourselves is when we're now on the same page. So as long as everybody on the same page, it's always a good day for Green Bay.
Last thing, then, Ricardo, it's your turn. So, listen, you're trained in this. You've been doing this not just for 7 years, but from high school, maybe even beyond, right? You're used to being critical of yourself, self-scouting, that sort of a thing. So as a team leader, as a captain, assess how things have gone for Rashan Gary in 2025, right? What are the things that you want to get better at? What are the things you're happy with? And just maybe take into the playoffs, just assess your play so far as you look at 2025 in a whole, because for every team, every player, there's ups and downs, right? It doesn't matter who it is.
For sure. I'm about to say this year, It's been going smooth. Of course, you know, like you said, every year has, you know, its ups and downs. But I'm in a part where, you know, I'm just trying to be consistent. You see a lot of, you know, offensive coordinators trying to, you know, take me out the game in terms of, you know, running away from me. You know, might be adding extra chip blocks, but it's things that I pray for and ask for. So just being a top player that I am, but just being, you know, the dependable player that my team need, being reliable day in and day out, being the example of what we need to do in terms of how we attack the week to Monday all the way to Sunday. And like I said, the main thing is just going out there, having fun, how I've been having fun, and everything is going to come.
How about Rashan Gary tonight, huh? You're good at this, right? You're just sailing right through, no big deal. So, hey, Ricardo, I'm going to kick it over to you. That's enough of me, but who's our social media question tonight? Who do you got?
It's from Jimmy Krieger on Facebook. He wants to know, hey, Rashan, you've been in the league long enough now to experience ups and downs. How do you block out the negative outside vibes and keep the positive vibes flowing in the locker room?
Especially as a team captain, right?
Yeah, that's a great question. Great question. And the main thing that, you know, I preach and you know, our organization does a great job of preaching is just everything that you hear inside the building, believe that to be true. Anything outside, leave it alone. So and I put that in terms of if you're falling short in terms of a standard, just say like my position coach, if he feel like I need to do better, he'll pull me aside, have a meeting and say, okay, Rashan, I feel like we could maximize you here. I feel like if you do this, you could take your game here, take your game to the next level here. So just having coaches like that, and having you know, players that have that type of mindset in the organization that understands you know, how you have to keep your team locked in and just understand that, you know, what's in this building is the only thing that matters. Your coach is going to be honest with you. Your brother's going to be honest with you. Everybody outside don't know the day in and day out of, you know, what we go through, what we put in, the hours that we study. So how can we let somebody like that criticize us? He hasn't seen me run to the ball on Monday to game day. He don't know what 5-2 did to get, you know, his body right, or what 5-5 or what anybody did on our team to get our body right to play. So it's all about what's around you, and that's our family. So the only thing that matters is your family, because your family gonna let you know when you feeling yourself too much, you need to bring it down, or if you're too low, they're going to bring you up and always keep you in the middle. So really just your family and everybody in the building.
All right, good answer,
Great
Rashan.
answer.
Great question. For having his question selected, Jimmy wins a signed photo. Each week we'll ask you to submit a question for our guests that we'll ask live during the show. Look for it as always on Facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. Ricardo, trivia question number 2, you are asking.
But I need both you and Rashan to look out in the crowd to see who raises their hand first. Good question here from you, Brett. Packers defensive lineman Micah Parsons recently was selected to his 5th straight Pro Bowl. He is the first defensive player to be named to the Pro Bowl in each of his first 5 NFL seasons since this former Los Angeles Rams standout defensive tackle.
What do we got? We're going right here with the young man right here. Aaron Donald. Come on
Aaron
up.
Donald.
Yeah, come on up. He gets the bell. Yeah. He gets it. You get the Jefferson Carroll bobblehead, and you can say hello to Rashan Gary. Yes, good, Aaron bro. Donald. Donald had Pro Bowl bids in each of his 10 NFL seasons. He retired following the 2023 season. Parsons, of course, 12.5 sacks at the time of his ACL injury. All right. Stu, we need some music because it is time for tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge. Here we go. Sponsored by Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, your center for dental excellence. Voted Reader's Choice Best Dentist, Best of the Bay 3 times. Let Dr. Sebastian and his team of professionals help you achieve your dream smile. Rashan, normally we kind of do a one type game where it's just you doing something, trying to win some prizes for somebody. But we thought we'll kind of mix it up and have you actually compete with somebody in tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge. And we are going to invite Little Chute Boys basketball coach Jake Van Roy to the desk. Come on up here, Jake. Yes, there we go. Come on up, Jake. Thanks for being here. Come on right in between. Say hello to Rashan Gary. Rashan, Jake, Rashan. Now, Ricardo, I have to go underneath the desk here. Can you just kind of fill in the time a little bit while I get my stuff?
Yes. First off, congratulations again to Little Chute We're going to talk about them more later as we get to know them a little bit better. You guys have a big game coming up, don't you? Locally, I'm talking about.
Okay, that's enough.
Okay.
That's enough. All right, so Rashan, I'm going to give you 15 cups. Jake, I'm going to give you 15 cups. We're going to play a game called Pyramid Scheme, all right? Rashan's a big dude, isn't he? He's a big dude. I know.
We'll take one of these guys to basketball court anytime.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could find a home for him on the floor, right? Absolutely, right, on the block. So, all right, you each have 15 plastic cups, all in a single stack. One green, one gold, right? The object is simple. You must first stack the cups up like a pyramid, starting with 5 cups as your base, right? Then 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way to the top. And then once completed, you must disassemble the pyramid back into a single stack. The person who finishes first wins the challenge, all right? So now, Rashan, you are playing tonight for Bob right over here. There's Bob right in front of you. Coach Van Roy is playing for Lisa right over here.
I got you, Lisa.
Now, tonight's prizes. The winner tonight gets a hat, this kind of cool cheesehead hat from our friend Zane Stotts. And again, Zane Stotts is an artist who brought color and creativity to the heart of Green Bay, from the murals outside Lambeau to custom cleats worn on the field. Check out these exclusive design hats right here at his store, zane.store. Okay, so that goes to the winner. Also, we have a signed photo of Evan Williams. Evan was one of our anchor guests this season, like you were last year, Rashan. And this cool Packers pull-out sign, courtesy of somebody I know. All right? They were cleaning out their attic. The runner-up gets the signed photo and the sign. So nobody goes home empty-handed. And this is how we're going to do it. So, folks, who thinks Rashan Gary is going to win tonight's challenge?
You guys can't go for him.
Who thinks Coach Van Roy is going to win tonight's challenge?
There we go. Get some of the fellas to come through.
This is what I think, Coach. If you don't win, I think he should run in practice, huh? What do you guys think? Do some line drills or something?
I know about that.
Yeah.
I know about that.
Maybe you could trot or something, a little bit of a jog. So,
Trotting drill.
all right. So again, remember, you go start with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then back all in a single stack. All right. You got some music, Stu, for this? Here we go. On your marks, get set, go, and cheer 'em on, everybody. Cheer 'em on. Uh-oh, that's okay. It's okay. How we doing? How we doing? Coach Van Roy in the lead right now. Oh boy, look at this, Rashan. He's almost done. He's almost done. Oh boy. And I think it was Coach Van Roy tonight. He wins tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge. How about some championship music? Lisa, you're going home with the hat, the signed photo, and the sign. Bob, you're still getting a signed photo and a sign on top of that. So how about that, ladies and gentlemen? Big round of applause. Good job, Coach. It's not easy. It's not easy, right? It's not easy trying to get these all in a single stack. But hey, Coach did it. He did it. All right? He did it. And Lisa goes home with some prizes. Speaking of the Little Chute Mustangs, Ricardo, they are our high school team spotlight, the Little Chute boys basketball
That's right.
team.
So
Let's meet the Mustangs.
That's right. Why don't you and Rashan kind of chill for a bit as we talk about these Mustangs? They are coming off a strong start, and they expect to contend for that Northeastern Conference Championship this season. If you guys all stand up, please. And you too, Coach, and the coaching staff. All right. Hey, Little Chute has won 5 straight games. They're 5-2 overall. They're 4-1 in the NEC. Little Chute takes on Fox Valley Lutheran tomorrow at 3:15 p.m. as part of the Shawano Hoops Holiday Classic at UW Green Bay. The Mustangs have a big game coming up, Brett. We know this, right? Against rival and top-ranked Freedom on January 6th. That's a game that we're going to stream, aren't we?
We're going to be there for it.
That's
yes, sir.
right. Little Chute coming off a 21-7 season. They reached the WIAA Division III sectional finals. So they were one step from state last year. They're led in scoring, and I need these guys to kind of wave their hands. Trevor Verhagen, where you at? Is Trevor here? There he is back there. He leads the team in scoring at 16.4 points a game. What about Henry Knudsen? Am I saying that right? Henry, there we go. 14.4 points. Reese Jotun, wave, and Jaden Hermson, also, can you wave? They're averaging 8.9 and 7.3 points per game, respectively.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brett Reese is a pretty good running back, too. We've seen him
Not
play
bad.
a linebacker.
Not bad.
That's right. Many of the players, as we talk about that, members of the football team that finished as WIAA state runners-up in Division IV, so they know how to win. And where's Coach Van Roy? We just saw him right now.
There he is.
He is a master of cup stacking, and he's also a great coach. Brett, Little Chute, one of the up-and-coming programs. They are an established program. They want to take that next step. They play in a great conference. We know that already. So want to give a congratulations to their great season. Hope you guys make it all the way down to the Kohl Center.
Can't wait for that game on January 6th. But how about the Little Chute Mustangs, boys basketball team? Good to see the Mustangs. All right, fellas, thank you for being here. Looking forward to watching them. Ricardo, they are an NEC contender without a doubt, so that should be a very interesting race. By the way, how were you on a basketball court, Rashan, right? Huh? You were throwing some elbows around, I bet you, right? Throwing some bodies around. I'm sure you were an intimidating force.
That was decent.
Yeah, I'm sure you were, right?
Decent.
Come on, come and brag about your game a little bit, right? How could we defend you?
You can't.
Oh, undefendable, right?
It's hard. I'm good for a good 15. You feel
Okay,
me?
double, right?
I mean, that's smooth being a big man.
It
I take
is.
that.
Are you inside, or could you step outside and knock down a few threes?
Nothing further than the foul line. Feel me? Anything foul line, then I'm money.
15 and in.
D-line is over with.
Yeah, this guy.
So feel me? I'm back to the basket, though. Feel me? Face up.
Who's the best basketball player on the team?
I don't know, man. It's a big debate. A lot of people gonna say themselves.
Yeah. Right.
But personally, I have seen J Love is nice. I don't want to.
It's okay to say you. It's okay to say
is
you.
decent. You feel me? Jay Reed is decent.
Jaden Reed, yeah.
Just
say yourself. Go ahead.
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to J Love though.
Jordan Love, the best basketball player on the team. All right, he's a friend of the show. We have to ask him next time he's on, Ricardo, right? His basketball
Get him on.
game.
Can Rashan get him on right now?
Yeah, get him on for us, would you, next week? We're looking for a guest next week. If you can say a good word or two for number 10.
I'll put a word out.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm sure he'll listen. So, all right, Rashan, a few more things, and it's time to get out of here. But first of all, I want to give. You do such great work giving back to the community, right? You do a lot of stuff for dyslexia, but you have your foundation, your enterprises. Rashan Gary Enterprises. You can check out what's going on with Rashan and his advocacy for the group Made by Dyslexia, right? You still work with those great folks, right? Doing stuff with them?
Yeah, every year. Sometime this off season I have to go to a conference. I'm forgetting where, but I'm always going to a conference every year, at least one or two, just to share my stories with others. Being able to talk to others, especially their parents, being able to really talk to their parents and I guess give their parents on some insight of how their kids may be feeling, and just giving them ways to feel like they could get support and get help. And that's the main thing about dyslexia, just bringing awareness to everything. So I'm just happy that I'm able to be a part of a great movement and share my story to give others motivation.
Yeah, good on you for giving back like that. Website is rahgary.com, I believe, right? Am I saying that right? So definitely check it out. He's doing some great stuff with his foundation and Rashan Gary Enterprises. Confidence level, even though it's been a little bit of a struggle, I'm guessing the guys are still sky high going into Vikings week and then playoffs, right? Everybody's still feeling pretty good. Everybody's chins are up. Everybody's looking forward to kind of getting through the season and getting to the next season.
Absolutely, and I want to say we're feeling better just because we know we have an opportunity to play more ball, especially a lot more meaningful ball. So being able to have this week to get our bodies right that we're playing on Sunday with the past 2 Saturday games, being able to get our bodies back as a team, going to be good, and just attacking the week, just being detail oriented, just understanding where we went wrong at in the game, and just understanding and being intentional that we don't make the same mistakes throughout the week, so we go out there and have the game that we want to play.
Last thing, thoughts on the Vikings, but from a standpoint of playing versus resting. That seems to be the big debate this week, right? Because you're already locked in. You're not going to improve, nor are you going to hurt your playoff seeding. You're number 7. Boy, it's been a long time since you've had a bye week, right? Maybe a week's of rest wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but where do you fall on that argument? Or you just want to be on the football player just playing football, or football field just playing football?
Yeah, I'm big on playing ball. I'm big on playing ball. But whatever the team or the coaches want, that's what I'm gonna follow. But who don't want to play?
Yeah, there you go, right? You guys want to see him play? You want to see all these guys play. Get ready for the playoffs. Yeah, how about Rashan Gary tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Big round of applause for number 52. All right, Ricardo, we're going up north, as we always do. This is where we predict the Packers game. Packers-Vikings. Who's winning the game, Ricardo? It's going to be Sunday at noon at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis.
Did you watch Minnesota, any of you guys, against Detroit? I think that set football back 40 years watching that game. I don't even know. I can't pronounce the guy's name who plays for the Vikings now, the third string guy. That was ugly. Again, we don't know if the Packers are going to play their guys, but I have a hard time believing they're going to lose 4 in a row. So I'll pick Green Bay. They have to win, Brett. You can't go into the playoffs losing 4 in a row.
Yeah, well, of course, I'm putting the victory visor on my head, as I always do, and it's worked before, so I'm saying it again, and I'm looking at you, Vikings fan. Packers 84, Minnesota 0, right? That's what's going to happen. 84 zip. All right? What do you think about that? Yes. Rashan likes it. It's good enough for me. So, Ricardo, Packers News app before we get out of here.
That's right, with exclusive commentary, insider analysis, and award-winning photos and videos from a USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team. Brett, Rashan, that Packers News app, your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers. Hey, unlimited digital access to the Packers News app and PackersNews.com can be yours for as low as 99 cents for that first month. Please subscribe today.
Yes, and again, thanks to our 2 presenting sponsors, Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly, also our segment sponsor, Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, and our supporting sponsors and friends. We have Shields Escort Limousine Service, Mayfield Sports Marketing, Mike Thiel and Eric lives here, Miller Lite, and the great folks here with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers and the Fox Club. Also, again, want to thank our team of the week, high school team of the week, the Little Chute Boys basketball team for hanging out with us. Go Mustangs. Programming note, not sure who's going to be here next week. Maybe Jordan Love, if Rashan Gary can make it happen. We'll see. But I'll announce who that will be later on this week on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. We'll look ahead to the playoffs, right? Next Monday night at 6:30 here at the Fox Club. So, Rashan, man, you've been on our show quite a bit now the last couple of years. We've had a good time, right? You having a good time? You like hanging out with us?
Yeah, it's always been a good vibe.
You like hanging out with him?
He just come with it.
Yeah, he's just part of the experience, isn't it? So, hey, what do you have to say to all these great Packers fans who are hanging out with you and wanted to see what you're up to tonight?
Man, I just want to say, for real, love y'all, appreciate y'all, love and support, for myself and the team. Keep showing up, keep getting as loud as you can. I understand the last couple games hasn't been pretty, but I promise you we're going to be where we want to be. So just keep showing up support, and go Pack Go.
There you go. So for Rashan, for Ricardo and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Brett Christopherson saying so long. Be back here next Monday night, 6:30 p.m. right here at the Fox Club as we celebrate a big Packers victory, 84-zip over the Minnesota Vikings with a guest to be named. But in the meantime, everybody, let's hear those Mean Gene cheers. We've got some giveaways, but I got to shut everything down. You guys, Bill, do you know how to shut things down over there? I'll go check.